Welcome to Framework Fortune. Good morning, traders. So, we've got a lot to figure out this week, especially. See, SIGA actually tried to pop up today, but getting destroyed there. And I believe that's going to continue to happen, even with the shenanigans going on. If you haven't watched that video that HH Trader and I put out yesterday on SIGA and the monkeypox vaccine, go watch that, because there is some shenanigans, some devious shenanigans happening. Now, I've heard a few people, of course, comment on that video that, SIGA was off the trend line and made a double top, all of that. Yes, that is true from the technical analysis side, but again, the charts, the candles, all that represent people's reaction. And when you have big institutions, big pharmaceutical companies, they can set up the chart patterns how they want. It doesn't, they have way more money. They could easily make a chart pattern just by buying and selling with their little algos. So the timing of that PR yesterday and then Friday, and then the weird PR that happened afterward, right back to back, that is not a normal thing. This made a double top because of that PR. It wasn't a double top because of the pattern. It fit perfectly in with the pattern, but that's what I'm saying. All this, all this little bits of buying through here, that's big pharma algorithms or big hedge fund algorithms that was trading this, pushing it up, making this nice uptrend. So, yes, the technical analysis was there for the rejection, but the rejection did not happen until that PR came out. Now, could SIGA try to keep going? It is on an uptrend, but after watching that video, after our research, I don't want to touch it. Just to be perfectly honest myself, I don't want to touch this chaos, especially with all of the politics and big pharma involved. So I'm going to ignore SIGA. GovX, of course, had a nice gap up today. GovX doesn't quite have the nonsense going on that SIGA does, at least not on the front. We may have to dive into GovX and see, but again, GovX is trying to put out, a monkeypox vaccine, and there's already two that's been out forever. So let's see. On Saturday, monkeypox was declared a public health emergency in New York City. It's already been declared global, so that's irrelevant. Nobody cares what New York City's doing. So maybe the sentiment off of monkeypox spreading is going to make some of these monkeypox stocks push up anyway. But I just don't like what's going on with SIGA. Nice massive gap up on GovX. Anyway, obviously monkeypox is going to be something that may continue to be a thing and may continue to be a thing in the stock market. Let's go through some of these others. Let's actually look at the NQ real quick. I need to see what the Nasdaq is doing. Yeah, we did come back up to that 13,000 after that soft Fed rate hike, but we are running into resistance, which we can see that pretty clearly on the daily chart, running right back into all this previous support that is now turned into resistance. So even if we do break 13,000, the 200's at 13.5 and the downtrend is at 13.5. This right here is going to be the final main area, because this is the overall downtrend on the Nasdaq. That area there, 13.5. If we break that, the Nasdaq could go back bullish, meaning that we could see a lot of hot rippers. But if the Nasdaq gets rejected at 13,000 or at 13.5, we're coming back down again. Now, even though the Feds went soft, there's still really not any good news in the Nasdaq. There's no reason the economy is not rebounding, and we can do that. We can figure this out just by looking at today's news, which looks like there's not a whole lot. Let's just pop this up on the NQ here and take a look. Oh, there was a lot yesterday, though. Okay, let's start with the weekend. If there's anything interesting that come out of there, but that's garbage. Uh-oh, guys. If you've been following me, what has my prediction been this whole time this year? What a Fed pivot would mean for markets according to JP Morgan. Peaking inflation forwards could lead to Fed pivot. The Feds are going to reverse course. JP Morgan Chase is now calling it. Chase is calling it. This is such an obvious call. But the only reason why I'm so early on this call, I don't know when I started saying this, that the Feds were going to reverse course. They were going to be forced to, but I've been saying it all year. And now we are starting to get news headlines that may be the case. But it is not hard to figure this out and make these calls because it's common sense. When the government is in tons of debt, when the Federal Reserve is in tons of debt, any interest rate hikes are going to make them, as well as the rest of the U.S., including all of us, pay more interest rates, higher interest rates, which means that it is impossible for the Feds to pay off their $8 trillion in debt and the government to pay off their $30 trillion in debt. And with this last soft rate hike, not even a whole point, that showed the Feds could not even raise it a point. They cannot raise the interest on the Fed debt, on the government debt, a whole point. If they would have, they would have done it, and they didn't. So obviously, at this point, inflation has been out of the bag, as I've been claiming. We've been in a recession since Q2. Now I'm seeing Meet Kevin and all these other YouTubers coming out saying, we're going into a recession. You are so late. Shut up. You were so late. These YouTubers that are just now coming out calling for a recession, you probably shouldn't follow them because it was obvious it was going to be a recession 4 months ago. So, but do what you will. You know, like I always say, go watch other YouTubers and see what they're saying. But more than likely, you're not going to be getting any type of accuracy because nobody else, I think, on anything has called out the Feds would reverse course like I did and like I have been for a while. So now that the headlines are coming out, the Feds are going to reverse course. It's probably going to get pretty obvious that the Feds are going to reverse course. It only made sense because October, right before the election, this is a big election, and both sides, Republican and Democrat, do not want a trash stock market, nor do they want people mad and struggling and gas at $6 because you got to go out to the polls and vote. Unless you do mail-in ballots, but that's a whole thing. We're not even going to get into all of that. But it was obvious. It was obvious this pivot was coming. I don't know why it's taking people so long to figure this out. I don't know why JP Morgan is just saying it, but it was obvious. Super, super obvious. All right, let me go back through the rest of this news, and then we'll look and see if there's any trades for today. Right here. Look at that. How to position your portfolio when the Fed stock market investors differ on recession calls. Megan Hornman at Verdant's Capital Advisors isn't convinced the bottom is completely in. That's what I've been saying because they've been doing quantitative easing since 2008. I'm looking, right there, second quarter GDP data, which we already covered this, shrunk by 0.9% on an annualized basis in the 3-month period from April to June. So the GDP shrinking, high inflation, I mean, recession. And this has been going on all year. So it's so funny how late all of these people are. All these big analysts, all these big YouTubers, JP Morgan Chase, y'all are so late on this. Everybody is so late on this. Except for us. Or at least the ones who listen to me. I know some of y'all do not listen to me, but still enjoy coming in and trolling me. But, hey, it is what it is. Let's see. Things you never knew about annuities. Yeah, there's going to be a bunch of nonsense in that. Most investors still don't understand the relationship between risk and return. Study reveals. Well, I didn't need to do a study for this. We know 90% of day traders fail. And that would mainly because of their risk and return. You're going to fail at day trading if your risk is higher than your return. That's why I always say I'm looking for a 1 to 3 or more ratio. I'm not looking for a 1 to 1.5 ratio or something that small. I want bigger profits. I want to risk 10 cents to get 30 cents, 1 to 3, or 10 cents to get 40 or 50 cents. 1 to 4, 1 to 5. That is what I'm looking for my risk and return. So yeah, obviously, I mean, this is, God, I've been on a warpath for the last week. I know I have, and we're gonna get back into trading and everything else. But I'm so sick. I gotta call out all this nonsense. There's so much nonsense coming out. But yeah, this was obvious. This is nonsense right there. Let's see. Are retirees worrying about the wrong things? I don't. What are they worried about? Let's see. In retirement, you're going to face many risks, such as outliving your money, investment losses, unexpected health expenses, unforeseen needs for family members, and maybe even benefit cuts. The whole reason why I'm against 401ks and trying to hold money forever. There's no point. If you are putting a 401k or you're putting your money to the side. And Reliable Rudy, our new member to the Framework and Fortune Media Network, completely disagrees with me. So if you think the long-term routes are the best routes, make sure you hit his channel up. And as he's covering a lot of things like Roth IRAs. But me personally, I hate seeing my money sit for 30 years. You don't know what's going to happen in 30 years. And this, even though this is an article, they're saying the same thing. In retirement, you're going to face many risks. So your risk initially for your 401k or your long-term portfolio, your risk, your stop losses and all that is not the same risk that they're talking about here that in retirement you're going to face. Besides your stop loss risk, your ratio risk, you are going to be old. It's going to be 30 years. You can't tell the future. Oh, one thing, matter of fact, let me go ahead and cover this. Let me go ahead and cover this real quick because One Life has said this multiple times. And I've heard other people talking about it lately. I want my money in the bank because it's FDIC insured. FDI means the U.S. government agency is providing the insurance. If the government has no money, if we are $30 trillion in debt and we cannot pay the interest, where are they going to get the money to pay your insurance? This means absolutely dick for all of you out there who think it means something. You're not safe because your money is federally insured. The feds are broke. So what is it insured by? Gas cards? Are they going to give you gas cards? Is that going to help? No. When we're in this type of fall, in this type of empire collapse with the currency and everything else, FDIC is not going to mean a thing. So if you think you are safe, if it makes you feel better to keep your money in federal insured places, sure, do it. But it's not about your feelings, it's about the reality. And the reality is they ain't no money. There's none. There's none whatsoever. So you're FDI insured for nothing. There's nothing to back it other than the government's word. Which, if you don't like the Democrats or you don't like the Republicans, if you dislike half of the government, then you distrust half of the government. So that means you automatically, by default, distrust half of the FDIC because it's the government. So when you're arguing for FDIC and you don't like the entire government, well, then you're defeating yourself in the whole argument. Because why would you want to be federal? Why would you want to be insured by an entity that you half like? Okay, anyway, so let's go through the rest of this. Let's see, will you outlive your 401k? So, yeah, you're going to outlive your 401k if the stock market crashes and all that, of course. That's why I keep saying, like, 30 years, 40 years for a 401k. You don't know what's going to happen in 30, 40 years. All right, so let's see. San Francisco, footprint, a bigger 9 billion cloud. I don't care about San Francisco. Money investing tips, blah, 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 nonsense. Amazon could make improvement to help future earning results. Amazon offers, okay, we know what Amazon is. They didn't have to put that in there. Okay, so this is just this guy's opinion on what Amazon could do, so screw that guy. Nobody cares what he thinks. He doesn't run Amazon or even a part of the company. U.S. in a recession? U.S. in a recession now. Not yet, and here's why. Not yet. At least not officially. Okay, yeah, exactly. Keep talking crazy on these news things. I'm going to go through this and dispel this whole damn thing really quickly. The official scorecard for the U.S. economy contracted in the spring for the second quarter in a row, matching an old rule of thumb for when an economy is in a recession. That's not an old rule of thumb. That is how economics works. That is how Austrian economics works, not the BS monetary theory and the Marxist economics, which, if you follow Marxist economics, you literally fall on somebody who's broke their entire life. So, I don't know why you'd want to do that. But that's not a rule of thumb. That is how economies work. 2 quarters in a row, according to them, high inflation, shrinking GDP. So we were already in a recession, like I've been saying. I guess I was going off the old rule of thumb of just regular economics. The old rule of thumb. Is the U.S. really suffering its second downturn in 3 years? Dumb question, obviously. Is the U.S. in a recession? No, not at least officially. Yeah, well, you just said up here what a recession is, and then you're saying, well, because Biden or because Jerome Powell haven't come out yet and said it's a recession, it's not a recession yet. So if you're sitting around waiting for somebody to declare a recession, somebody in power to declare a recession before you start preparing for a recession, you may be waiting. Well, you obviously are waiting till it's too late. And as I've already pointed out, we are already in a recession. So, okay. Are we in a recession now? Almost certainly no. And here's his reason why. Job growth has averaged very strong 375,000 over the last 3 months. Businesses continue to invest, and consumer spending and household incomes are rising. Consumer spending is not rising, and household... Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the problem with this. This is what I've heard every analyst, every economist talk about right here. And even Jerome Powell said this, and I'm going to point out why this is so wrong. Job growth has averaged a very strong 375 over the last 3 months. First off, they are pretending like they forgot they shut down the whole economy in 2020. So many jobs were lost. We are not back to job levels before the pandemic and before the lockdown. So this is not strong. This is just people getting their jobs back or businesses hiring people. But if you go out in the world, in reality, and drive around and look, plenty of businesses out of business, plenty of places with now hiring signs. So that is not very strong. That is nonsense. All right. Then consumer spending and household incomes are rising. If the consumers are spending in US dollar and their household incomes are in US dollar and inflation is rising, then yes, of course, it's going to show spending and household incomes are rising because it's in US dollar and the US dollar is going through massive inflation. That's why. It's not because people are actually making more money. It just looks like they have more dollars, if they even do, which I don't even think that's the truth. But these numbers are fake numbers because it's not including the inflation. So this whole thing, okay, God, how do you explain the first half of 2022 the same way that I've explained it all year? GDP is complex and sometimes bewildering. No, it's not. GDP is the amount of money that we make as a country. Simple enough. The money coming in. Economics is simple enough. Money coming in, money going out. So GDP is money coming in. Exports is money coming out. Loans, bonds, all of that. IOUs going out, still money going out. That's all economics is. Money going in and out. Very simple. The whole macro, micro, all of that is just academic garbage trash. All right, hold on. I see some, okay, we're getting some important news here now that I can start covering. Gold and silver prices continue to climb. Yeah, silver went really nice rebound last week, $2 in like 2 days, which is huge for that big of a market. 10-year treasury ticks higher. So longer dated treasury yields tick higher to start the month, with short-term rates fell as investors waited prospects for a recession. Rising fears of a recession were cited for knocking down yields last week. Let's see, hold on here. Jerome Powell said another 75 basis point move could be considered in September, but that would take a data dependent meeting by meeting approach to decisions. So, Jerome Powell himself is not even confident that they're going to do a rate hike in September. What's right after September? October. Remember that month. Let's see. He also warned the economy would need to see a period of below trend growth to rein in red hot inflation, and the path to a so-called soft landing for the economy continued to narrow. Oh, so the soft landing's out the window now. We're going straight on, just straight on crashing into the ground. No soft things to save us. Nothing. The fact that they're saying it's continued to narrow, it means it's impossible now. That's what they're saying. And he even said, whoever wrote this article said so-called soft landing. So nobody's believing the Fed. The 2 versus the 10-year measure of curve lessened its inversion as rates at the short end fell more sharply as investors scaled back in expectations. So Friday we have a jobs report coming out. We'll see if that jobs report actually means anything. Non-farm payrolls and other employee data will be parsed for signs a still strong labor market is beginning to show cracks. The labor market is showing cracks. That's because the labor market was already cracked. There was never a strong labor market. All right, well, everything that I have been calling out. Oil, well, wait a minute. Hold on. This is big on oil. Let me read this. Both international and U.S. based, blah, blah, blah. Oil traders are focused upcoming meeting of OPEC. And this is Wednesday. So Wednesday, let me pull up my Google Calendar and add this to my calendar because that's going to be real important for oil, what OPEC decides, because OPEC pretty much owns most of the oil production now since we signed back into OPEC. Signing back into OPEC was one of the worst things that Joe Biden has done. Or not him personally, but this administration, because we know he hasn't done anything. He can barely get a pudding pop down without dying. So Okay, let me pull up my calendar. Like I said, I want to add this so I don't forget this so we can cover it. Wednesday is going to be an interesting day, so it looks like I'm going to be live streaming Wednesday and Friday to cover these meetings. Because at this point, every single thing is going to be important to how this market reacts to see if we do have some type of rebound. And it more than likely, knowing OPEC, they're going to come out and raise gas prices or do something to raise gas prices. OPEC never lowers gas prices. They never lower oil. So we'll see. We'll see what they come out with Friday, but that is something important I want to put on my calendar real quick. And then we will look at, let's see, is there anything else in the news? U.S. FANGs ain't what they used to be, blah, blah. Stock lower at the best month for the S&P 500 since November 20th. Wow, that's a feat. Stocks open lower to kick off August straight. Yeah, okay. So where was that oil meeting at? Oh, yeah, I'm right here on it, and it's Wednesday. Boom. OPEC meeting. And I don't see a time for it, so I'm just going to put OPEC meeting on there. But yeah, if you don't use your Google Calendar or some type of calendar for important events, you should definitely use it. So that way you remember when these type of meetings are coming out, especially right now with everything going on. All right, I see I missed some comments. Let me get to some of these comments here, and then we'll start looking for any trades. See what stocks could be good trades this week. So we got Daniel B. Good morning. Good morning, One Life. I didn't say I was the first to discover any of this, Daniel B. I said I was the first to start reporting it, start telling everybody this, and I am. Whether JP Morgan Chase knew it 2 years ago or not, they didn't start saying it till today. So, I've been saying it for this whole year. Daniel B, y'all looking at Intel. Reliable Rudy is actually reevaluating Intel right now because their earnings were low. Now, of course, there's been a chip shortage, so that could affect their earnings. However, there's starting to be more competition for chip makers. Apple making their own chips. AMD is just killing it. They've been killing it. It's been Intel's #1 competition. So I'll be curious to see, and AMD may have already come out with earnings. I don't know. But if they haven't come out with earnings, I'll be curious to see if they have that same drop in earnings that Intel has had. So if you haven't yet, go check out Bill Gates. First off, if your name is Bill Gates, I'm not going to trust a damn word you say. I don't care if it's a fake profile or not. You change that name. You change that name to something else before you come in here putting in ticker symbols. I don't care what you change it to. Change it to anything other than that, and then you can drop ticker symbols. I automatically distrust that. Bill Gates just pops in the stream and say, hey, buy Hexo. No. All right, Eric Kemper, FDIC means I get IOUs. Like my brother says, as long as people owe you, you'll never be broke. That's not... Yeah, I know it's sarcasm. It's definitely sarcasm for sure. But I was going to say, your brother... Yeah, I mean, as long as people owe you, they got to pay you back. If they don't pay you back, you'll be broke. But yeah, that's a good thing. What's up, Ruben? There's one of our developers of the DLA DAO project. If you've not checked that out yet, DALDAO.org. That is on the crypto side. Daniel B, if you want to see people trade, if you want to see strong trading going on right now, Monkey Trading's trading, go over to his live stream. I'm doing analysis right now. I've been busy And I haven't looked at the market that much this weekend, and I was waiting to see how everything comes out, news headlines, how the Nasdaq is reacting, all of this. I'm not going to just jump in the market and start looking for a trade when we're in this type of crazy, volatile confusion and nonsense across everything. You know. And so I'll look for some trades, but I'm not just going to sit here and just be jumping in trades. I am going to do analysis. There's too much going on. People are getting hurt. So if you do not like what I am doing and you want me to just trade, well, I'm sorry for you, tough titties. Go watch somebody else. This is not a game anymore. As I've been saying, obviously people are getting hurt right now. Many people are getting hurt because of this high inflation, because of the nonsense lies that's coming out of the government and coming out of the Federal Reserve, the shenanigans that they've been pulling, and this has been going on forever. I am going to use my platform to help as many people as I can. And if you don't like what I got to say, like I said, tough titties. Go watch Trading Monkey. All right, anyway. So, Lori, good evening, Lori. How are you today? Oh, sweet Lori. All right, let's see what we can see moving around today. I assumed that crypto stocks would be moving up because we did have some nice pushes in the crypto market over the weekend. Ethereum, this is the 1 hour chart, did have a little pullback, but has already rebounded back up, trying to get over 1700 and hold, but we saw a lot of nice bounces over the weekend in the crypto market off of the Nasdaq being positive on Friday's close. But you see on the daily chart on Atom, it is curling over, but it's curling over, and we got the 10-day right under it where it's holding above the $10 line, which is a strong support area, strong resistance area that is just now coming back testing twice, back tested here, failed, testing again. So if it can hold, Atom could come back up to the top of that. Bitcoin has broken its short-term downtrend, but still in this channel. You can see where it got selling pressure right against that 25K, but holding up the same as Atom. Got the 10-day right under it, the 50-day right under it. So if that can hold up right here, we could see a test of 25K on Bitcoin. Ethereum's going to be almost a similar pattern, but actually Ethereum's more bullish than anything from what I'm looking at. You see here, Ethereum's been on this nice short-term uptrend. We've got the 200-day moving average all the way up at 2200. We, at initial big spike, went sideways, consolidated, another little rip right into that 1700 resistance, and then it's had this little downtrend. But again, on the daily, we are above the 10-day moving average. We're above this previous resistance that's now holding up as support here. And we have that trend line as support. So we have a lot of support under us, just a little bit of a resistance, but this is strong resistance we need to see break. Let's go and check gold and silver or other commodities. And the reason why I'm checking commodities and checking cryptos is because I want to know what is hot right now, what is moving, what sectors are moving, so I can look and see what stocks that could be possible day trades, right? If the whole crypto sector or the whole oil sector is hot and you're out there trading a consumer discretionary stock, well, then you're kind of not in the party. You're kind of missing out on the party. So that's what I'm looking for right now before I start looking at any trades this week. So it says Asian ADRs are moving lower. There must have been a little drop in the Chinese stock market, I'm assuming, if ADRs are moving a little bit lower. Or maybe the US dollar could be. Actually, let's check that real quick. That's nice, Daniel B. Congratulations, man. $1,100. Good job on the profit. Don't know why you're comparing it to what I'm doing. That's your business, not mine. Oh yeah, what was I checking? Before Daniel B distracted me. Oh yeah, the dollar index. Boom. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Look, okay. So on the daily chart, this looks like it's obviously a downtrend. On the daily chart, this looks like it means nothing. But when we go into the monthly chart, this means everything because the overall downtrend of the US dollar, and this is for those of you who are new to the channel, this is the purchasing power of your US dollar since 1968. It has been on a downtrend. So US dollar has already been weak for a very long time. It's not that it just started to get weak or COVID did anything. This is the overall time period of how the US economy has weakened, because if you weaken the US currency, then obviously the US uh, economy is going to continue to be bad, which that's what they've done. But it was going on a nice spike there, getting a lot of buying pressure because a lot of money was coming out of cryptos, oil, all that, and back into US dollar. However, we're almost up to this downtrend, the overall downtrend on the monthly chart. Well, actually, it's kind of forming because the downtrend was right there, but this area, I'm drawing the downtrend because I don't believe it's going to go any further than that. Especially if the Nasdaq is coming up, if people are buying into the Nasdaq and they're buying into cryptos, they're leaving out of the U.S. dollar, which means the U.S. dollar is going to pull back, and that's exactly what we've seen off of that big wick there. So this is what I've been watching very carefully to see, because I expect the U.S. dollar to drop all the way back down to this trend line. And what that means is that's your purchasing power. That means how much things you can buy with your US dollar. So when it drops back down to there and we got high inflation and all this, that's when things are going to get real ugly. Okay. Let's see where we at real quick on the time. 40 minutes. I'm going to take a quick little 5-minute break, drink some water so I can talk and breathe. Nice one life. Looks like you traded it as well on whatever y'all were trading, Intel. So nice job there. All right, guys, give me just a minute, and I will be right back, and we will look for the stocks to watch for this week. All right, let me run through my watch list real quick and take out anything that looks like it is not doing anything, and then I'll run through the scanners and see what we got there. Right, of course, blockchain play, BTCS, blockchain play, those are always on watch. I keep INO on watch just because, for one, it's a Chinese company, so it gives me a little idea of what's happening in the Chinese market. Not a lot, but just a little bit. But for two, it's one of the biggest EV plays out there besides like Tesla. And when NIO is starting to push, usually most of the other EVIOs, or not EVIOs, EVs start to push. Mara, another blockchain stock. As that one I swing down to a trade at. Looked like I traded that. Got about what, $2 a share? $2? Yeah, $2.50 a share, something like that. Not too bad on that little position. Coinbase, of course, cryptos, that's going to be on my watch list. Amazon, I've been keeping an eye on since they did that common offering, or not common offering, I'm sorry, stock split. But you can see where we gapped up. It is trying to push for a new high today, but on the daily chart, we're running smack dab into that 200 at 140 and then 150. So I would say even if Amazon does, oh God, we got resistance right back here too. A lot of resistance ahead of Amazon at the moment. I don't see it breaking 150 right away. They're talking about carbon emissions. BTBT, that's a blockchain play that never works for me, so I'm gonna take it off. PGY, this is something Lori called out. You called us out a couple of weeks ago, Lori, and this thing has just kept running, just massive run. And I said today, because of these two patterns right here, you got the green big spike followed by just a little red candle where it's holding most of its gains. Right there. Same pattern over and over again. So now it's spiked up huge though, so it's way too far up to even consider a play. But because it has been running and been making perfect little patterns on the daily chart, I think we should still keep it on watch. But I want to see it come back down. It's got to come back down to this trend line down here. Way too far off the trend line. Trend line's all the way down at 20. We've got a little support and resistance congestion at 25. So just too high up at the moment. HK, God almighty, this thing ran more. Now, HKD, if you didn't join me last week, this company is a part of the World Econ Forum. They're a part of the Great Reset. So, obvious shenanigans. Jesus, what a run. What a run. This was $12 not too long ago, up to $500. This is why it's shenanigans right here. You know, any company that is going to be a part of the World Econ Forum, they've got all of the power. I mean, Amazon, Google, Facebook, all of them are partnered with the World Econ Forum. So this being an Asian ADR, pretty clear that, you know, this type of insane nonsense move is some type of shenanigans. And it's definitely way too high up to touch at this point. I mean, there's no way I would touch that. But I do want to keep it on watch because of how crazy it's been moving. AUST is one of my gold picks. I've been waiting to see gold finally start to move. Veru has actually cracked a little bit. Let's see here. And it's cracked that trend line a little bit. Starting to try to form a double bottom here today. Let's see. I'm going to keep Veru on watch. I'm going to keep watching it too. DRD is another one of my gold picks, but I don't need to keep an eye on it. I have it on. Look at that. Planet 13. I was just talking about Planet 13. What was it? Thursday or Friday. pot stock, one of my favorite pot stock picks, and you see it's still climbing up its trend line. Got room up to that 200-day and also that same consolidation and congestion back here. So about 250 is where it could continue to. Did crack below the trend line a little bit, but if you like pot stocks, this is definitely one to keep an eye on. Smith & Wesson, I still want to keep it on watch. BKT is the other crypto play. Oil is at 94, but still hanging around. Actually, let's see, we redraw this downtrend. It tried to break over the downtrend, but got rejected. But we are building lots of support in this 92 to 90 area. So I would say that's probably new support for oil. And then when that OPEC meeting comes out, we'll see how crazy that gets. SIGA and GovX, we already know. I'm going to keep them on watch just because of all the shenanigans going on. Let's see, day trade above the scanner. We've got MGAM. Hold on, let me fix this real quick. Oops. Apply, and you're up. What are you up? 58%. Why? That's what we need to figure out. Why is this thing up 58%? And this looks like a new IPO. Yeah, this just IPO'd yesterday, Friday. Forward to God, what a run! Yeah, so IPOs have definitely been hot. Your uptrend is here. So, of course, $20, natural support and resistance number. That's going to hold up as resistance. And you can see we're already double topping there. But, yeah, these IPOs are going real crazy. Of course, GovX up. EVOP. Huge gap up on that. Why don't you go to Monday? Oh, here we go. Let's see. Here we go. All the way to the top. Why can't I see my news? Do I have the other news thing open? No. Global. Come on. Oh, there we go. Maybe. How far? Oh, okay. I was way down there. Keep going. There we go. Okay. Global Payments is buying Atlanta-based company EVO Payments in a. Let's see. Global Payments would pay $34 a share in an all-cash deal. So it's already at $34 a share. You're buying at the same price they are. Not really anything there. Let's see, SWIR. This thing just shot up crazy. What is going on with my news? Why is my news being ridiculous? Let's see. They're trading higher at the Bloom. Okay, I don't care about what Bloomberg has to say. CLH, that's a higher price stock. Why did that run? Celsius Interdrink. Oh, that's actually good. So they got a $55 million investment from Pepsi. That's a big chunk of money, and that is from a big company. So Celsius definitely getting some push there. Little higher float, 75 million in shares, but with that news, you know, it could. And we do have a nice big curl up forming. It's just got to break 110. Not something I would trade, but definitely worth keeping an eye on if you like these higher price stocks. MAI, this is a new IPO, only 10 million shares. Again, going straight up pretty much. These IPOs are hot. So if IPOs keep being hot, hey, here's Reliable Rudy. So they were trading, One Life and Daniel B were trading Intel earlier, Rudy, and I know you were talking about Intel just recently and your thoughts on the valuations and stuff. So maybe if you want to give them a little, or matter of fact, well, no, I won't do that right now. Alright, so what else do we got? MTOR, nothing there. Looks like crap. NPT, just had earnings. Big gap up, nothing there I like. Let's see. High float stocks. NIO is at the top. Ford is next. Ford getting a nice push up. Not surprising to see Ford go up because they are putting out all their fully EV cars. So that is something that could help them. Here's AMD. I was talking about this earlier. Did they have earnings? No, I'm not seeing their earnings yet. I see where they say their earnings are on deck, but they haven't released earnings yet. So that's where I want to see. And there was your downtrend. So it actually did break the downtrend, but running, wow. Look at this inverse head and shoulders. Beautiful inverse head and shoulders here on AMD. I mean, that is textbook inverse head and shoulders breaking up out of it. So it's going to depend on them earnings. If they come up with bad earnings, it could easily get smashed down from 100. But that daily chart on AMD is looking very nice. Just has to re-break over 100. Okay, Nvidia. Nvidia, of course, is Nvidia. It is actually quite a bit down. Whoops. And then Intel's up there too. Yeah, Intel. Okay, so they must have had that earnings. Oh yeah, they did have that earnings, and you can see this nasty gap down there. It is trying to climb back up. They do pay a dividend that has been increasing. Let's see, large fund sells AMD stock. It bought Intel, AT&T, and Starbucks. Now, actually, AT&T, that's what I switched to when I was having all those internet problems with Spectrum. And I switched my phones and everything, and actually, I've been pretty happy with AT&T. So, they're actually putting out some pretty decent products versus the other monopolized companies. So maybe AT&T can shake up the internet ISP provider or whatever until PKT is ready to launch. If you've not heard about PKT, go check out Framework Fortune Crypto. Decentralized internet for all that cannot be turned off. Alright, so let me go into the low floats and let's see what we got going on. VRAX, this is up 141%. We've got OTRK up 100%. AMD, that one running right into that 200, so I would be careful with it. EVOP, huge gap up. Nothing I want to touch there. TBLT has continued its nonsense running. I forgot who called out to TBLT last week, but there was somebody who called it out here in the chat, and it has been running since then, but just very, very volatile and kind of double topping again right at this $10 area. So maybe going to struggle to break that. RDBX, this is over with. This is a clear head and shoulders on this bad boy. I mean, this is as clear as a head and shoulders as you can get. In fact, it couldn't even get up to that previous shoulder almost. It got up in there to make the shoulder, but nasty head and shoulders on roadblocks. Or whatever they're called. RDBX. Alright, so other than VRAX, which looks crazy, I'm not seeing too much else. QNRNX, that looks like crap. I think they probably did a reverse stock split. Yeah, that was a reverse stock split. No way that wasn't. MDIA running right into that $200. $4 is going to get rejected more than likely. AGSS, same thing. 200 right there. There's no volume on it. Did I put MGAM up here? I don't think I did. Let me put MGAM up here. Did you go up there? Okay. MBTX, that looks like absolute trash. That looks like trash. GovX, we already know. TXMND, double topping at $8, which is right where that 50-day is. Ugly daily chart anyway. Alright, so that looks about like everything that I see as of now that could be a play. So now let's go through and analyze. See that OTRK. Why is this popping up? Now, this has an interesting daily chart because it's got room all the way up to $6. And then the next support area is also around $5. So I would more say it's got room up to $5. Let's see. This is only 20 million in shares, so very low floats. They just reported. Oh no, they're going to report their results on August 9th. So this being a trash can in this overall downtrend, I wouldn't expect good earnings, but maybe. We'll see. Maybe they've turned it around or something. Because I am looking at this daily chart here. Come here. Come here, you. And it did break over the 50-day and the 10-day. Trying to hold up right there. $1.25 as support. Testing $1.50. Right now, actually, it may try to break $1.50. Yep, there it goes. Popping $1.50. It's got to break that for a new high at like 170. So that's an interesting play. That is one I'm going to keep on watch for the rest of the week. Let's see, what did we got? The 1 hour. So this hour candle is going to close in 6 minutes. So we'll see what happens there. It is quite a ways up. I mean, it was 68 cents this morning, and now it's up to $1.50. So like looking for an entry up here is going to be sketchy. Then VRAX. This is the one I really want to take a look at. What happened here? So VRAX is a biolab company. They IPO'd at $20, had a spike up to $25. Actually go into a smaller time frame. Let me go into a 4 hour because we just don't have that many days to look at to get some type of analysis off of it. So it was in this wedge pattern. You can see I had that wedge pattern drawn. Tried to break, bull trap. Shorters took this thing all the way down to 437. And that was just a nice bounce so far. Huge bounce so far. But we removed that. We have 50 moving average on the 4 hour, 200 moving average, and this downtrend all between 16, basically I would say 15. Yeah, because 15 was previous support. 15 right there. Draw that line straight across there. It's natural support and resistance anyway. If I can get it right. Oh, wait, it's close enough. So that now is going to act as resistance. So it would need to break back over 15, and then all this resistance ahead of it, I don't know. I don't know about that one. MJAM. Go to the daily on this. Oh, yeah, this is another IPO. Why do you keep doing this to me, Thinkorswim? Yeah, and this one just going straight up, so not a lot you can really do. It did get rejected pretty strong. Come on. Very strong rejection off of $20. You can see a double top on that hour chart, actually right at 1875. So this probably is going to close red like that. It did throw a wick down lower. So that's actually a lower low on the day. Let me go into a 4 hour. See what we got here. Yeah, you can see all this selling pressure up towards 20 because of these big long wicks. I'd say we're going to see a pullback on this. Well, we already saw a pullback, but we'll probably see more of a pullback. So I don't like that. Could be a play the rest of the week. Because we're seeing IPOs rip the day of, and we're also seeing them rip a few days after. So definitely want to be on the lookout for the IPO calendar. If you don't have the IPO calendar, I'll show you how to find it real quick. You just go to Nasdaq.com, and then I'll drop this over in the descriptions for you guys if you don't have it. And you just go to News and Insights, go to IPOs. And right here, you'll get your IPO headlines, but there should be an actual list of IPOs on here somewhere. Where did you go? Now, of course, if you're on Webull, you get those pre-IPO chances to buy, which is risky, but in a hot IPO market like we are in right now. So it was published July 14th. So where is this list? Let me check my stock market tools. No, I do not have that. Where's that list? Oh, Nasdaq. Daniel B., the Nasdaq has added blockchain to topics on the on their website. Tulips, right? Tulips, huh? What have I been saying? The Nasdaq is going to eventually go into blockchain technology. They even have it on their website now. So the whole tulip mania, the whole blockchain is over and blah, blah, blah. You can put that to rest because the official Nasdaq has it as a topic. Didn't mean to, and cryptocurrency right there. Didn't even need to find it. But if the Nasdaq thinks it's important enough to put on their website, so that whole debate is deaded officially now. There is no debate anymore about blockchain or anything else to do with cryptos or blockchain. It's all deaded. Nasdaq has got it on their website. No more speculation and crazy talk of Bitcoin going to zero and flowers and tulips. That's over with. Those days are done. Those are old. But let me try to find this IPO list real quick. I just happened to see that. So, go get back in the graveyard. I destroyed you the first time, and everything coming out continues to back me and make that debate look even funnier. Let's see, we got some comments here. Let me get to some of these comments. We got Reliable Rudy in here. Into the long play to anybody trading it short term. Maybe they're looking for Semiconductors Act. I don't know what their thoughts are, but you were not impressed with the recent earnings. Calculating in their most recent earnings, I'm more interested in Intel in the lower 30s. That's taking into account their 2022 forecast cut and also 4.8% revenue growth for the next 5 years. I want them to cut that dividend. Actually, long-term holders would benefit more from a dividend cut, in my opinion. And that's only because they're ramping capital expenditures. Beautiful, beautiful valuations from Reliable Rudy on Intel. Just amazing analyst there. More money, said Mullen Automotive. Yeah, anything... Opens 100 Technology Drive, Irvine, California, for Automotive EV Development Center. Nice. So, yeah, MAULN, that definitely could be another EV play. Here we go. If you go to public companies, you're going to get the most recent news from things IPO'd. But there's a list. There's actual account. Oh, I know. I'm being stupid. Hold on a second. I'm being so stupid. I just finally dawned on me where it's at. It's on Nasdaq, but it's IPO calendar. Right here it is. There you go. So this is the full-on IPO calendar off the Nasdaq. I will drop that right now. Whoops. in case you don't have this IPO calendar or in case you didn't know about it. There you go. Market is never wrong, but opinions are. Yeah, you're right, Daniel B. Your opinions have been wrong for 2 years straight. Market is that's a dumb statement anyway. The market is never wrong. First off, the market is not a person. You can't add human attributions to a system of mechanics. The market is not a person. The people trading in the market, their opinions can be wrong, but the stock market itself does not have an opinion. It's not a person. It's just a mechanics. It's just a system of mechanics. That statement by itself is just ridiculous. Let's see. Market's not going to make another dip this year for sure. Amazing. Reliable Rudy just put our new content created to the Framework Fortune group applauses for his first time of putting Daniel B in the graveyard. Notice how Daniel B ran from that conversation. He had nothing to go against Reliable Rudy's analyzation and facts. And he ran scared for the hills. Awesome work, Rudy. That's what I'm talking about. We are not playing, guys. We are not playing. I don't care. Anybody in the Framework Fortune Media Network way, if you are in our way and you are lying, you cannot back up your stuff. If you want to challenge us, you will be put in the graveyard. Which, by the way, speaking of the graveyard, let me go to, if you haven't seen this yet, I'm going to show you guys this at the moment. Oh, man. That was beautiful. Amazing, Rudy. Amazing. Just destroying Daniel B. I'm glad that somebody else can do it now besides me. Just beautiful. He ran so scared on that. He was gone. He had nothing but blah, 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 opinions, blah. What he always says. So I'm glad it's somebody else taking him down a notch. Oh yeah. So if you come to the landing page of the Framework Fortune YouTube channel, first off, you're going to see that the media network is here. First playlist, so you can get to HH Trader's channel, you can get to Reliable Rudy's channel, you can get to Stonks and Chomps channel, and you can get to Framework Fortune Crypto. All these playlists connected directly, and they will be connected on all these other channels as well in the network. But I added a new playlist called the Framework Fortune Graveyard, and if anybody wants to see any of the victims who fell to try to challenge me, they are in this graveyard. And right there's one life's confused face, and right there's the one. Look at Daniel B with his cute little sweater on. You're so cute with that sweater on. Let's go ahead and just look at the sweater real quick, just real quick, and then we'll get back to stocks. But I'm on a warpath and I don't give a shit, so I'm taking out anybody and everybody who is in the Framework Fortune Media Network way. That's Daniel B, guys. Look at that face. Look at that tight turtleneck. His turtleneck is so tight, his neck is actually pushed up over the turtleneck, and it makes his head look twice the size. So that's pretty impressive. That's a tight-ass turtleneck, my friend. Okay. Look at him getting mad. Look at him getting mad. You make zero money in 3 years when I'm watching you. I make zero money. You're right, Daniel B. I've made zero money in 3 years. Don't come at me. I'm not the one who smoked you today. Come at Reliable Rudy. He's the one who put you back in the graveyard. You're coming at me. I just was laughing at the situation. Well, why did you deflect and all of a sudden come to me, turtleneck boy? He's the one. He's the one who destroyed you today. All right. Anyway, what time is it? I can't even afford a sweater like this. Trust me, I don't want a sweater like that. My neck, man. there's COVID and monkeypox and high pollution and high pollen and all that. I don't know how you was breathing in that turtleneck, man. I'm surprised you didn't croak over and fall. Yeah, so this market today is just too crazy. I'm looking at the possible plays. ORTK, I mean, it's just up too high, 127%. I can't touch that. VRAX, even though it's showing that it's downtrending, which one, it's downtrending. But for two, it's still showing up 130%, so I don't really want to touch that. Well, VRX is one to keep on watch because it didn't break straight up like all the other IPOs. Instead, it sold off and it's been slowly climbing back up. But again, all this resistance ahead of it. So if it could, maybe if you're looking for a quick scalp or something, right now we got a double top on the hour, which there's still a lot of time for that candle to close. Maybe you can get like a possible bounce off of 10, 11 up to that 15 area, but I don't know if it would be today. Main thing is, like I've been saying, the Nasdaq determines what way most stocks move. Nasdaq was going up, went up on Friday, and we saw so many rippers on Friday. This theory that you two have tried to dispel, that stocks on the Nasdaq listed do not react to the Nasdaq. I believe by now, the last couple of weeks, we can see that's pretty obviously not true. It's clear that the Nasdaq affects every stock listed on the Nasdaq. But anyway, so we're having a pullback here now, double top on this 1 hour. Let me go into the daily on the Nasdaq. Well, no, actually, let me go into the 48. I've already looked at the daily. So, actually, I don't even look at the 4 hour. Right here, we see the double top. We're seeing the Nasdaq pull back and everything that was ripping. VRAX pulling back, same damn double top. PGY, same damn double top. HKD, same damn double top. So, yeah, Nasdaq's starting to give it up a little bit. If the Nasdaq can start to rebound some today, maybe there can be some good opportunities, but yeah, I'm not taking any trades on today. Not in this market anyway. Daniel B, why you keep trying to diss me? All right. I'm gonna call it a day, but before I call it a day, I'm gonna finally put the nail in the coffin for Daniel B, so he'll shut up about how much money I make a day. All right. I believe HH Trader will be back tomorrow morning for some live trading and stock analysis, but I'm making more money in cryptos than I am the stock market, like I've been saying constantly for the last couple of months. But let's go ahead and start pulling up wallets. All right, there's Kepler, Osmosis, Juno Swap, Evmos. We'll wait before we start switching networks. Pancake Swap. Let's see, I got Juno, Osmosis, Evmos, Pancake Swap, Sift Chain. Oh God, okay, Token Trove. It's gonna take me forever, Daniel B, so you'll finally shut up about how much money I make a day. And you can do the math. I'm not gonna do the math because it's way too much math to do. Like this, I'm just pulling up the wallets of things that are making me money, okay? At the second. Like, why you're sitting here telling me that I'm broke and have not made any money over the last 3 years, I laugh because I literally make money every second of the day. I don't need to sit in front of a computer screen and try to trade a stock to make money. multiple income revenue streams. Trading stocks is great for one revenue stream, but that is only one revenue stream. I have way more revenue streams than you have hairs on your old hairless body. I don't know if he's got hair or not. There's no way to tell. That turtleneck's too tight. Oh, right there. Here's my Brave Award. See that? I'm making money just for being on this, what do you call this, browser. Brave is a browser that pays me to use it. So I'm making money while I'm looking up the money that I make. I understand that, Daniel B. Why you have me looking up all the money that I make constantly from cash flows, from cryptos and other things. I'm making money looking it up from cryptos. So, oh yeah, Solar Flare. Let's open Solar Flare. God, Jesus, this is going to take forever. I don't know why you got to constantly argue this nonsense. All right, and then we've got Fractal. And then we got EVIO Lend. And then we got Axie. You just tell me when to stop. I'm opening all these accounts and stuff. Actually, first, let's just go through real quick. Okay, so if I go to home, here's my total allocation. Look at that, 237. I just claimed most of my rewards yesterday and re-estaked them. I am earning right here. Cosmos, 19%. Osmosis, 27%. Juno, 84%. Crow, 14%. Akash, 18%. IRSNet, 10%. Persistence, 33%. Sif Chain, 118%. Secret Network, 23%. We go on over to assets on Osmosis. I have an Atom Osmo liquidity pool that earns me transaction fees from every single time that Atom or Osmo is traded. Juno and Osmo, same thing. Liquidity pool, anytime Juno or Osmo is traded, I get a piece of that. Luna, Atom, that was an old pool. When Luna crashed, I didn't have anything in there. You can see there was nothing in there. I have AKT Osmo, another one that is a liquidity pool. Same thing, Crow Osmo, XKI Osmos. That's all on Osmosis. Let's go back to the Kepler dashboard. You saw all of those staking that are constantly making me money all at once. Juno Swap, we go over to liquidity. I don't know if Juno's back up right now. Maybe not. Let's go over to Evmos. This is my this is an air. I didn't even buy any Evmos. Okay, I got Evmos from an airdrop from being a Cosmos staker. All right, now let's go back here to Evmos. Switch over. All right, assets. Doop 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 doop. So I've got 96 Evmos staked. And you can see the Evmos price is $1.55. In my MetaMask wallet, I have Evmos waiting because I'm pulling out some of my Evmos to switch to something else. If I go into staking, you'll be able to see this. And look at there. I have 71 staked in Cosmos Station, 25 staked in Citadel 1. I am getting, there's 145 right there, Evmos that I'm unbonding. But at the end of the day, there will be more rewards here to claim of Evmos. Let's go over to Pancake Swap. Let's jump into the liquidity pool. Okay, trade, earn, liquidity. I got to switch this back. Oh, wait, before I switch, my bad. Before I switch from the, what chain was on? Evmos. There's also some other liquidity pools and staking I have. I just forgot about that. I just remembered off of that same chain. XDiff, where are you at? Let's see, what is it? There it is, Diffusion Phi. So let's see how much I've been earning here by the day. Pool right there. I have a liquidity pool of Diff and USDC, XDiff and Evmos. So I earn a 0.25% fee on all trade proportional to their share of the pool. The fees are added to the pool. All right, now that we're off of the Evmos chain, here's Axie staking. Let me connect to my Ronin wallet real quick. You brought this on, DB. You want to keep trying to trash me about how much money I don't make. I make money every second of the day. Every single second.
All right, Connect Ronin wallet. Look at there. Axie total staked. I already got some rewards of Axie today. I just reclaimed these yesterday, so I could easily put those in there. Getting 68% off of Axie. Lend EVIO. I'm earning E tokens by lending out these NFTs to some players in the EVIO universe. They earn 90% of the rewards. This upgrades my NFTs, which means that the earning potential goes up even more, and I earn E tokens that can be converted into Solana by anytime somebody plays with those NFTs there. Here's the Fractal wallet. I have a mystery box from the Harvest, new play to earn game coming out. This was minted. These are not even able to be open yet. Here's those characters that I'm lending out that are NFTs where I'm earning Solana. Here's the Solar Flare wallet where I have Solana staking. I have Marinade staked. I have Saber. Oh yeah, let's go to that pool. I forgot about that pool. Let's go. Where do we go? Let's go to the quarry. How much money do I make by the second? Are you adding this up, Daniel B? I hope you're keeping up with this. I hope you got your pen and your paper out and you're adding this all up so you can figure out how much I'm making. Look, this one's going up by the second. By the second. This liquidity pool, I'm earning Saber and MNDE by the second. The second. All right. Let's go ahead and close out those. We've already went through all of those. That MNDE, we saw that in the quarry. Gods Unchained. Let me switch back to the Ethereum MetaMask. All right, and here's my Gods Unchained account. We'll go into my account. These are all NFTs. You can see I have about 900 in there. I have 155 Gods tokens that I am earning, that I'm getting staking rewards from. 41 IMX that I'm getting staking rewards from. We go over here to rewards. Every single time that I trade these NFTs on the Immutable X platform, I get rewards in IMX. Last month, I earned 20-something IMX just for trading the NFTs, which have made me more money. Here's Sif Chain. We can see the pool, Row and Atom right there. Got a pool in that liquidity pool. Let me switch back over to Binance on MetaMask here really quickly. Binance Smart Chain, blah, 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 blah. Liquidity. Oh, I'm not connected. Let me see here. Let me connect. Oops. Hold on. I thought I changed it back. Let me see. Did you not change to BNB? Yeah, you did. Okay, let's refresh it. Oh, boy. All right, here's my wrapped PKT BNB pool. You can see that I'm earning 9.3%, 9.3% there, so that constantly earns me more. Let's see if Juno Swap is working at the moment. Yep, there it is. Oh, it just disappeared. Come back. Juno Swap, I have a Juno Atom pool, 79% APR. And then if you go back, I have a Juno Raw pool, 167% APR. We went through the Osmos assets. We went through the Kepler. What else am I forgetting about? There's more. Oh, let's go over here and pop up my Electrum PKT wallet. Let's go see what I've got over here in the old Electrum wallet from mining PKT that I mine all day. Woo! Those are starting to add up, aren't they? $103, $183, $207, blah, 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 blah. They're adding up as you're sitting there typing them, and they're constantly making me more money as I sit here and talk. While you struggle to make one trade and brag about your $1,100. Oh, wow, look at that. 15,000 PKT in the mining wallet. And the miner's still going. Let's see what else I got, because I'm still not done. I mean, like I said, this takes me forever to go through and reclaim all of my rewards every day or every other day from all of these different liquidity pools and staking and all of that. Let me see. That's good enough. I don't need to go into it anymore. I mean, you've seen enough. I mean, I've showed you multiple chains. Multiple liquidity pools on all the chains. I swear there's more. Let me see. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Am I missing a wallet? Oh! Yeah, there's more. There's definitely more. So this is another Pizza Eat game I don't really play. Let me go into Binance. I'm already into Binance. Let's go in here. I probably have some tokens I need to restake anyway, and we'll look at this. What do you mean in one basket? How is that one basket? Blockchain is not one basket. Like, these projects are based around the world. Cosmos ecosystem and most of those projects are based in Europe. Magic of the Universe, a few other games are based in China. A few other tokens are based in China. Some of, like PKT is based out of France and partly America. I'm more diversified than you can possibly ever be with your stock market portfolio. You only have one way out of your stock market portfolio, and that's through US dollar. I have ways out of every single one of these accounts that you saw that I can swap my crypto for digital yuan for whatever I want to swap it for. Okay, let's go in here really quick. Let's see. Those two guys walking around are NFTs. I don't even have them doing anything. I paid dirt cheap for those like a while back. Let's see. Flow record. Let's see what we got on the flow record here. So the last harvest was then. That's the last time I actually ran these guys. But let me go to the staking. Been a minute since I've been on here. Here we go. Stake. So I have a lot more staked in there, and you can see that from BNB, from my assets on MetaMask. Oh no, you can't. You can't see it. I'd have to go through the transactions. But this is another one I'm earning. I've locked those up for 90 days. I have 1,200 right now, but 120% APR on those coins. Oh boy. All right. So anyway, that's enough of the looks of all the money that I make off of cryptos passively. No, I forgot Kinesis Money, which is gold and silver. It's too many. I have too many. Let's see. You're trying. You're trying. Yeah. So, One Life and DB, now that you're jealous because you see how much money I make easily without doing anything, you're reaching really hard to try to discredit me. And again, I have this hair floof. See this hair floof? You can't discredit me. I do not care. I do not care at all. I'm too busy making money while I pee. You have to sit on a computer to make money. I can pee and I'm making money. I can go to sleep and make money. How much money make you in your sleep? Huh? You want to compare monies? You want to measure penises? Is that what we're going to do next? Let's whip them out. Come on. Come on, One Life DB. Get on the stream. You guys you're so focused on size. Let's whip them out and let's measure them right now on the camera. That way you guys can get it over with, and because that's really what y'all are going for, is you just want to measure penis sizes. I got the bigger account. I got a big old truck. I got a big old dish. Well, I drive a tiny electric car. It has nothing to do with my penis size. I drive a tiny little electric car because 2 years ago I knew that inflation was going to go up and gas prices were going to go up. Again, when I drive, you are losing more money and I lose no money. You get in your car and go somewhere, you instantly lose money. I get in my car and go somewhere, I'm just chilling, listening to music. I have no cost in that thing. I don't pay gas prices. So all of this nonsense, let's dead it. Let's dead it now. You guys, you two, you just want to see my penis. Let's just get it over with. Come on. Let's just do it right here on the live stream and I'll I'm done with the penis measuring contest, boys. Get over it. $35 a day? Wow. You didn't add that math together, right? If you think $35 a day is what I'm making. And even so, let's do some math. Let's do some calculating. Let's see how much let's go off of your estimate and see how much money I make without doing a damn thing. And that's, of course, crypto prices are low. What happens when all those cryptos that I'm in go up higher? You know, maybe not all of them go up higher, but what happens when they shoot up back to previous bull market prices? It's going to be a lot more than what you think it is. So 35 times 365. That is $12,000 a year that I make sleeping according to your numbers. Let's laugh about that. Is that funny? Is that a game to you? 12,000, almost 13,000 a year right now, off of your estimate of $35 a year, 13,000 to do nothing for me to sleep and pee. That's off your estimate too, buddy. That's off your low estimate. So yeah, how much are you making while you sleep and pee? All right, guys, I am done for the day. Y'all two, go get back in the graveyard. Reliable Rudy already ruined you. And then I've got gold and silver physically just laying around everywhere. I opened my drawer. You can see that little silver Ethereum round there. Very pretty. I like to have crypto rounds of silver and gold because I like that. You make that in a month, but you have to work for it. That's the difference. You have to work to make that in a month. You have to be up early every morning day trading. I can sleep in and make it. That is my point. Multiple revenue streams are always stronger than one revenue stream. Multiples of anything are stronger than one thing. If you're getting in a fight and there's 10 people and you're going 10 on 1, you are going to lose. Okay? I don't know how many other examples I could think about that. But the other part you don't understand is I am reclaiming all those rewards and restaking them and compounding the same way you would compound with a dividend stock. So, and that was, again, that estimate was off of Daniel B's estimates, which I know was low because there's no way he could have done all that math that quick off of 20-something different blockchains and wallets. So, I practice what I preach. I've been telling you guys I am not in the stock market. I am in the cryptos. I am in precious metals right now. I practice what I preach. Everything that I've said, I have followed myself and done. Electric car, everything. So, you don't like it? Tough titty milk. Go somewhere else. You don't like the way I do things. That's your problem, not mine. Alright, guys. Another person saying buying Hexo. No, I don't call it work at all. It's no work. Why would I call it work? To earn all that extra cash flow. It's not... what work am I doing? Going and pressing a button? Going and pressing reclaim and restake? No, that's not work at all. That's passive income. That's why it's passive income. You're arguing against passive income. I just want you to realize how dumb that is. Alright, what is going on with Hexo? Why everybody's saying buy this? Tilray, okay, whatever. Hexo, hemp production program, granted additional 80 calendar day grace period. Nah, man. So, this right here, now, yes, Hexo could try to have a rebound if they're able to regain compliance, but what happens if Hexo is unable to regain compliance. You're saying buy something that may fall off of the Nasdaq. That's crazy. Like, it's 19 cents already. It's not that far from a penny. They have to get back over $1 to stay compliant, to stay on the Nasdaq, which means the only option they have to do is a reverse stock split. But they're probably a trash company. Yeah, no, screw Hexo. Hexo's a pot company, I know, but of all the pot companies, Hexo's trash. There's way better pot stocks out there. Way better. Hexo, you're just gambling on hope with that thing. All right, real quick, let's check the Nasdaq, and then I'm going to call it a day. We'll see if any of those other things. Yeah, Nasdaq still coming down. So what was our top watches? OT, yep, coming down. VRAC still coming down. PGY still coming down. Planet 13, almost, speaking of pot stocks, almost back on that trend line, getting ready to test too. MGAAM coming down. SIGA still in the same place. GovX coming down. Nasdaq is coming down. All of the stocks that were hot are coming down. It's easy as that, guys. So, gambling on hope. Gambling on hope like my crypto wallet. Go get in your grave. Stop it. Just stop it. Guys, appreciate everybody joining me as always. We may be back tomorrow. I'm not sure. There's been so much going on. So many people that I have to call out for their nonsense. And even after the whole Meet Kevin thing, and he said he was going to take a break, he's already back on YouTube. That's how full of shit Meet Kevin is. He put out that video after getting destroyed about Axie Infinity by me and the CEO of Axie Infinity, and was crying, almost crying, said he was taking a break. Not even a day later, 2 days later, he's back at it. Blah, 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 blah. Meet Kevin, you are a scumbag. I will continue to take you down, you dirty, lying, fake scumbag. All right, guys. Appreciate everything. Appreciate all of you joining me. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If you haven't yet, come join the Framework Fortune Discord group where there are other traders besides me, including Reliable Rudy, HH Trader. If you haven't checked out either of those channels yet, go check out their channels. HH should be back tomorrow for a live stream, I'm assuming, in the morning. FrameworkFortune.com. You can see the whole media network, and we have our first blockchain project, the Digital Land Acquisition DAO, DLADAO.org, if you're interested in getting into cryptos, because we are going to be doing airdrops for the Digital Land Acquisition DAO soon. And as that project is starting to build, the Framework Fortune blockchain project will be coming in right behind it. A lot going on in the ecosystem. We're not stopping. We're going to take down anybody and everybody in our way, no matter the craziness they've got to say. They can go in the Framework Fortune graveyard, either by me, Rudy, Stonks and Chops Gaming, or by H&H Trader. And if you are a content creator and you are interested in being a part of the Framework Fortune Media Network, hit me up. Come join the Discord. Come talk to me. We'll see what we can do and see if we can get you a part of the network. It doesn't cost anything to be a part of the network. It is absolutely free. You own your channels. You do what you do on your channel. We just all stick together, promote together, and continue to take over the entire world. All right, guys. I'm done. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. Stay safe out there.